Hi, I'm Steve, product owner here at Concerto. This video we're going to be talking about tiles. It's a newish feature. I say newish, it's been out for about a month or two. It's probably something that most people don't know about, which is why we're going to do a video on this. We're going to talk today about tiles. So what are they? Tiles are a new concept in the system. They will typically land on your homepage, and they are user-defined dashboards with interactive click-throughs in essence. So instead of having to be an SQL expert and build things in Query Manager, build your dashboards in quick reports and then post them around different areas of the system, what we've done is we've put some nice UI on in a module here that allows you to kind of basically build your own tiles or build them for team members and surface data that's relevant for you, really. One of the big things that we get fed back is that actually I can't easily see the data I want to see and see it in one place. This allows you to pull data from multiple sources into a single place, allows you to go off and action that as well, and define it for you basically instead of it being something that someone else defines. That said, we've also done it so that you can define it as an admin for a group of individuals, so a security profile group, for example. And we've also made it so that you can actually work collaboratively as a team. So if you've got a help desk lead, for example, and multiple team members underneath, you'd be able to toggle between their tiles. So if they've got different responsibilities and different things they're looking at, you'd be able to go and have a look at them or their tiles specifically. Or if you're a regional manager, if you want to pick up different store managers' tiles and see what they're up to and problems they might be having, it'd be easy for you to toggle across to those. So the main thing really is being able to extract data from the system into a dashboard inside Concerto and see all of that in one place, rather than it being in I've got to go to help desk to find some information about where my tickets are up to, then I need to go to case management to go and find out how many cases I've got, then I need to go to projects to find X, Y and Z. It's about bringing it to life in a single place with click-throughs that you can actually interact with. So how do they work? First things first, you need to set them up in or set up some security profile permissions in administration. So we'll go to do that in the first instance here. So first things first, go to admin, security profiles, and select the relevant profile, and then you want to go to general system roles. So there's two things here that have been added under general system roles. User can administer own tiles, and user can administer other users' tiles. So again, that's typically your administrator one there. That one there is if you want to give permissions for someone to manage their own. If not, you can create them on their behalf if you want to. The other thing you can do, and another again security profile permission to turn this on, if you go down to administration here, right down towards the bottom here, you've got one called tile administration. What this does is this allows you to create them for a particular audience. So it could be that you've got a basic security profile setting and you might want to give them tiles that are applicable to them, so where they are the owner of a help desk job or a project or whatever else, return the results for them, for example, and show them a little bit on their dashboard when they hit the home page. So for example, if I take the help desk team here, I might go, right, look, all upcoming response SLA breaches within 1 hour, for example, or have past SLA target response dates, completion dates, etc. So I can build a whole bunch of tiles, and I'll show you some of these in a second. The other thing we've got here is teams. So again, this is kind of what I touched on before. So in this case, I've got team leaders myself, and then we've got my colleague Steve DeRike here as well. So I can toggle between my tiles and Steve's tiles as well, and we can show that in a second. So tiles will typically show on the main homepage. So against this against the user's profile, in order for them to sort of see these, they'd have to have the homepage set. But again, they can navigate via the home button up here, and you'll see then I've got a whole bunch of tiles here. So in this case, I've got mine split into reactive, PPM, miscellaneous, and remedials. Because I've been given the permission to manage my own tiles, I've got a set up tiles button here. If I click into this, what this will give me is all my groupings. So here's my group name for that one. There's reactive, PPM, etc., and then the tiles that comprise of those groups of tiles there. So what I can do, I can click add a tile, for example. So I could say P1 jobs coming up to completion SLA, and I can pick a data source here. I'm going to say it's help desk. Refresh rate, I might say 10 minutes on that one. The refresh rates What happens is if you stay on the page, it's not auto refresh in the background because the page itself won't refresh, but you will, if you re-land on the page, so you've navigated away and come back 10 minutes later, it will do another check on the data and cache that in the background. Alternatively, you can click on the tile and refresh it manually as well. So that's what the refresh rate's for. Priority, so again, I can say, look, P1s, because that's what I've sort of said in there. I only want to know about P1s that are under reactive help desk. I'm interested in ones that are with help desk, with maintenance team, with maintenance team R in this case, because that's a particular status I'm interested in, with contractor, in progress, and I'm not worried about work complete because at that point I'm going to kind of put that into a different process. I could filter it down with other parameters on here as well, so a supplier, for example, certain tags. I could put in help desk tags, pests with main team, urgent for customer, etc. I'll talk to you about tags in a separate video because I think that's quite a useful thing to walk through. It's a nice little feature that we've got that came out again a couple of months ago, but again, we're going to start creating these videos to really help drive engagement with you guys and tell you about some of this new stuff that we're building for you. And then what I can do is I can put in a look coming up within 1 hour. So target completion date coming up within the next hour is over, due this month, next month, etc. And then I can group these if I wanted to. So I could say group them by status, for example. In this case, I'm not going to group them by priority because I've already filtered by priority. And then I could say, right, I'm going to put some scores on there. So in this case, I'm going to say, look, if it's greater than 5, I want this to be red. And what that's done is that's now added in another one there, P1s with maintenance team. Sorry, P1's job's coming up to completion SLA there. I've got another one there, it's P1 there. And at this point, it's coming back as 0. If I go back to my dashboard here, again, you can see that I've got nothing that's coming up in this particular case. But if I go to one of the other ones here, I've got 60 with help desk. So if I click into this, and this is where the real value kind of kicks in, is the ability to actually go into the dashboard or into the tile and actually drill into the data points here. So there's actually 60 records here. So these are all the with help desk jobs. If I was to actually open this up into help desk here, give it a second, there we go. I've got 60 tickets here with help desk. If I was to move one of these, let's just take one of these here and let's assign to maintenance team. Let's put it with internal maintenance. Let's move that over. Obviously on here now that's gone down to 59. This still says 60 at the moment. If I go back, if I go and refresh this, again my count's updated. So I've manually refreshed this. If I've waited 10 minutes, come out of the screen and gone back on again, that'd have recalculated. If I click through now, that job's no longer in that list for me because of the parameters I've set against it. So the real value is, one, being able to configure these to see the data that you're interested in, because that's really important. At the end of the day, it's the things you want to see. And two, so what? Great, I've got that data. What can I do with it? Well, now you can actually action it from the click-throughs as well. So instead of having to navigate to help desk, I can just work from my tiles or my dashboard almost here, which I think is quite powerful, to be honest with you. And it doesn't have to be just help desk. You've got other things as well. You've got projects, we've got compliance, etc. I can put quotes in there, so quotes on a particular status, etc. So again, a whole host of different data sources. Now, this won't cover everything. Obviously, Concerto is huge. There's a whole host of things in here in terms of data points people might want to filter by, they might want to group by, etc. So again, this will be expanded over time, and your feedback is welcome. Again, there might be some obvious bits that we've missed. There might be some, actually, look, do you know what? If we had this would be really, really helpful. And again, we're building a tool to kind of, or looking at tools to be able to kind of bring some of your feedback into us in a more effective way. And then the other part of this, obviously, again, if I was logged in as a security group, if I'd set those up, this would give you a dashboard based on what you've been set up as. Or again, this is tiles for my team member here, so I've got Steve's here. Yeah, we're probably not talking about these because they look a bit of a mess, but okay, the point is it's highly configurable, but what it does is it brings that data to life and helps surface some of this data in the platform. So that's tiles. Hopefully that's been useful. We'll be producing a few more of these videos in the coming weeks for some of the features we've released recently and the new stuff that's coming up. Thanks very much for watching.